Good morning, everybody. Let's go. Let's go. These China stocks are exploding. The market is starting to come back up a little bit, but we do have some stocks really moving up today, which is great. So the China plays, of course, are flying up, guys. Let's go. It's been a long time since they've been up. Good morning, Jamie, Keisha, Hunter, ED, Vicky, Peter, Raymond. Thank you guys for joining up today. Hunter says, let's go. Baba been on a mission lately, and yes, it has. You can see this week, it has been ripping to the upside ever since Monday morning. We just started gapping up, and now this morning, we're having a very nice gap to the upside again, up 3.97%. The only stock I'm noticing that is moving better than Baba this morning is Roku, R-O-K-U. Roku had some really good movement this morning in pre-market as well. I noticed they were actually up around 5% this morning in pre-market, or even a little bit higher there. And I was trying to, eye up like exactly why they were going up here. And it says that they're going up following a report suggesting the company may be in talks to be acquired by Netflix. So that's going to be big for Roku, guys. As we know, Netflix is a huge player in that streaming sector. And I feel like that if Roku gets acquired by them, it could obviously be good. But as you can see now, Roku is flying right back to the downside now. Actually, after this news came out. So, it did help the stock momentarily, but now it's tumbling right back off. We'll have to see what happens with these Roku and Netflix talks. It's going to be pretty big if they end up getting a deal to go through. I'm sure that Roku will go absolutely insane, but Baba is still holding up pretty well today. It's not falling off at market open like Roku is. At least it isn't yet, so that's good to see with Baba. I know NIO and a lot of the other China stocks were also up, and it looks like they are kind of pulling back a little bit. So that is slightly unfortunate, guys, to see NIO coming back down. We're almost back down to $20. Who knows? Maybe $20 will hold up as a decent support today. If you guys are looking for some decent levels to play on NIO today, maybe a $20 support bounce might not be a bad trade here. I don't know. It's tough to gauge these China stocks because they keep gapping up and then having weird moves at market open every day. So it is a little bit strange regarding that. But good morning, Kenya, George, Carlos. Thank you guys for joining up here. As always, just let me know what stocks you want to see here. Keisha says we missed the defense stocks yesterday. LMT, RX, NOC. Let's see. Good old Lockheed Martin. Yeah, I mean, Lockheed Martin, it definitely had a good day yesterday, Keisha. Today, though, it's not really doing as much. RX, I think you meant RTX there. Yeah, Raytheon going up. You also said Northrop. Yeah, Northrop definitely had a good day yesterday. You're right, Keisha. We did kind of miss those yesterday. I'm going to make sure that they're on my watch list, actually. Hang on. I believe they all are, because I've been eyeing those ones up a lot lately, to say the least. I know we also have, like, good old General Dynamics or GD there. Yeah, I mean, they're also kind of coming down, so a little bit unfortunate to see him coming back today, Keisha, but you're definitely right. We missed those yesterday. And guys, don't forget to smash that like button. We're already at 7 likes today. Let's try to pump those numbers up. And, it's been a pretty good week in the stock market so far, so hopefully we keep seeing some great movement here this morning. Like we said, those China stocks, we're having some great moves. George says AI is breaking out above $20 a share. Let's see. Wow, it really is, George. I'm glad to see this with AI. They're having that move post-earnings there, and now they're actually a little bit higher than their pre-earnings downfall, you could say. So kind of interesting to see them running right back up after that drop down. I'm holding shares of AI, and I'll tell you what, I am extremely happy to see this pump back to the upside this morning. It is definitely awesome, but guys, we're just seeing such great movement out of some of these stocks here that are low. It's just been a great week so far. Like even Zoom has been really ripping back to the upside. We've seen Teladoc ripping. DocuSign has been ripping back up. I mean, guys, it's been a great week. I know DraftKings has been a little bit slow compared to some of the others, but today, DraftKings is actually having a very good move up. So maybe throw DraftKings on the watch list, guys. We've been consolidating down here around $12.60 to $12.80, or you could say around $13, somewhere right around there for the past few days. Now we're finally starting to move back up a little bit. Hopefully I can start to get up a little bit here. I think it can be pretty good. Let's see. Keisha says SMG's fallen off a cliff. Let's see. Good old SMG. Is that the Oh, Scott's Miracle Grow. Okay. I was thinking of some weird ETF there, but yeah, Scott's Miracle Grow really did fall down there. That is pretty crazy to see a drop that bad by Scott's. Well, I will say if we look at their daily chart, they've been going down quite a bit. They kind of look like some of these growth stocks here. I don't know if they had some bad news or what. I would definitely guess they did. Let me see here. Let's see. Oh, not good. Scott's Miracle Grow shares trading lower after the company cut its FY 2022 EPS guidance below analyst estimates. Yeah, that is definitely not good there. You can see they were one of the top pre-market decliners today, which was not good at all. Man, yeah, that is bad to see them adjust that EPS. Looks like they adjusted it. Let's see. Sales are down 4 to 6%. Oh yeah, that's not good. Never good there. Didn't see replenishment of orders expected from retailer partners since mid-May. That's not good. So, yeah, I don't know. It seems pretty crazy, guys, but lots of big headlines here on Scott's Miracle Grow with this I guess as you could say they adjusted their outlook here, but yeah, it's definitely not good to see them adjusting that down, and that is a big move there, Keisha. So, yeah, that is a big move on SMG actually. E says DKNG's trying to fall off. Is no, DKNG's trying. They're trying to go up, and yeah, they are. They are having a great day. E, I'll tell you, they are really exploding. They're popping up above 1340, and yeah, they're all the way up to that 1,000 SMA. Like, what is going on here? I mean, this is actually some really good momentum, guys. I mean, talk about a great day so far. I'll definitely take that. I mean, DraftKings is my highest weighted portfolio, or my highest weighted stock in my portfolio. So I'll definitely take it any day where DraftKings is green. I'll be happy, that's for sure. But yeah, Peter says weak guidelines on SMG. Yeah, definitely for there. That's not good at all. Mike Chang is asking, did I miss the boat on Baba? Is it too late for a swing trade? I wonder if it'll get back up to 100. Yeah, you know, we might have missed the boat here on Baba. I will say, though, for today, I have a good feeling we could start to pop up towards like 110 or something like that. But looking at Baba itself, you know, I'm not really like totally bullish on it today just because we had this huge gap up. Although I will say I love the momentum. If you do see it start to rise back up today intraday, I don't think it'll be a bad play to maybe get into some Baba calls. Maybe back up to like 110 or something like that. I know it's only like about $1 or $2 away from there right now on the stock, but I do feel like that will be a good play. And Mike, if you're looking for a nice swing trade on Baba, if you were getting shares, I think it's still a decent time for shares right now. I think Baba has a long way to recover. Of course, though, they could always just keep channeling between like 75 and this high here of like 120. Hopefully they can get back up to 120, though. I will say that is a pretty big number there, Mike, and I feel like that over the next couple months, Baba does have some potential to possibly get there. You know, keep in mind, it's just looking at everything going on right now with China regulations and everything like that. Plus, a lot of stocks are starting to come up off of lows, so I feel like some buyers could definitely come into the China stocks as long as we don't see any more bad political news or anything like that start to fly through. Then I think we'll be pretty good there, Mike. But yeah, thanks for the question there. I know Baba's been insane today. You know, look at that 1 minute chart. I mean, it gapped up huge this morning. We were closed yesterday around 104.40, and then we in pre-market hit highs of 110. So pretty decent move. Nothing too insane, but I know these China stocks love gapping up. Like, look at Baba Monday morning. Had a really nice gap up. Now it had another one. But keep in mind, sometimes they do also kind of gap down. So don't forget about that. But yeah, that's always the risk with these China plays. They definitely move a lot overnight because of how much the foreign markets affect them, of course. So don't forget about that. E is asking, how do we feel about Redfin today? Let's see. Redfin. Wow, that is really breaking out there, E. I'll tell you, that is starting to run. I really like this setup personally. It's breaking out above $11, which is a pretty big resistance there. You can see there was multiple bounces this week around 11, and I'm sure over the past couple months there's probably been a couple more around 11 as well. Let's check that out actually on the 180-day 1 hour chart, because I am kind of curious in this setup, because I will say I kind of like it here. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, we're getting right up there. There is a bit of resistance coming up, it looks like, right around like 1150. So do keep that in mind with E today, or with Redfin E. But I will say I like the move overall, and I think that looking at it on like a daily chart, especially, I think it looks pretty good back to the upside. And I feel like we're finally due for some nice upwards momentum. You know, like this stock has been running lower and lower and lower over the past couple weeks. Like honestly, look, we ran from $20 at the beginning of April. We were around $20. We ran all the way down to $8.65. Like the stock just got cut in half there over that like 2-month span. So hopefully they can finally start to keep going up here, E. You know, it's been a long time for Redfin, and I feel like they can definitely start to pop here, you know, over the shorter term. But yeah, looking at some of these other stocks today, Keisha says DocuSign had a nice pop up. Yeah, it looks like they did, up 3.2%. I'm definitely glad to see that one. I noticed while we were recording yesterday's YouTube video, DocuSign was actually kind of popping up yesterday in after hours there. And I didn't know exactly what was causing that, but it was having a pretty nice pop to the upside. Maybe they had some news or something, and if they did, let me know in the chat what they had go on, because, man, I didn't see anything with DocuSign last night. But keep in mind, I was looking when the news first came out. I never really went back. Hunter says Altria got stinkered on, or MO, that is. Yeah, they really did, Hunter. That is bad. And Hunter, what is MO again? What is Altria? Is that is this like a tobacco company? I believe that is a tobacco company, right, Hunter? I'm not 100%. Here, I'll actually just search it up really quick. Let's see. MO stock. We'll see. I believe it is tobacco. Okay, yeah, it's an American corporation, one of the world's largest producers and marketers of tobacco. The other ones I know are Philip Morris, which is PM. So that is kind of it's strange to see MO falling off like this. They were kind of flying up for a while. It looks like Philip Morris is also coming down, but it said on Google here, I believe it said that Philip Morris is a subsidiary of Altria. So interesting with that, but nonetheless, though, they both have stocks, and interesting to see them both falling off today. That's definitely not good, but you're right, Hunter. MO is getting crushed here. Yeah, big tobacco stock. Yeah, it's a crazy thing there. Keisha says SE got a nice pop today. Let's see. Yeah, it really did. I know I was looking at this one a lot yesterday around market close. We talked about this one in yesterday's YouTube video as well. Mike said he really liked this one for a nice little play to the upside here over the next couple months, and I think it's looking pretty hot. Yeah, it definitely has some room up. We fell from 372 down to 54. I mean, guys, that is... These drops on these growth stocks have just been absolutely nuts. I mean, it's about time we're going back up, so hopefully we get some nice continuations. Looks like today it's just the stock is all over the place, but yeah, I want to see some nice continuations to the upside there. Let's see, Keisha's also saying nice setup on WDFC. I didn't even know what this one was, but it's WD40, which is funny. But I will say that setup is actually pretty nice, Keisha. I ain't gonna lie. I do like this. It looks pretty hot here, and wow, I think it's starting to pop back up a little bit. Looks like it had a really nice double bottom at 170, Keisha. And yeah, it looks like it's having a, like, I don't know, a bit of like a, I guess you could say like a little W pattern, I guess. Either way, it's double bottoming, and I love the way it's setting up here. I think eventually this will start to pop back above 200, and once that happens, I feel like that WDFC can start to maybe finally run back up a little bit more. But yeah, Keisha, good call out there. I will say intraday, I don't like WDFC at all. Obviously, there's like low volume here. Like, look at this. Over some of these 5-minute candles, you're only getting like how low is this volume, Keisha? Only 37,000 volume yesterday. Like today so far, WDFC's only had, oh my gosh, 263 shares traded. Is that real? Like what? Wow, that is real too. That is that's crazy, Keisha. Yeah, I mean, hey, low volume, but hey, those stocks can definitely still move even though it's low volume. Just keep in mind, you know, it'll probably be better to do shares obviously over options on this one, because wow, that volume is really low. Only 200 shares. Like, I mean, wow, that is just throwing me off. Like, let's just pick any other random stock, like just a random one. I'll just pick top of my head, Target. All right, let's just see how many shares traded at Target today. 838,000, you know, like that's just insane. Only like 200 shares on WD-40. Like I would have thought that would have been a little bit bigger of a stock, but wow, yeah, that is definitely low. Peter says SPY has super low volume setting up for a gap down. Oh no, that's not good. Cornish says sizing up plug for a day trade. What do you think? Let's see. Good old PLUG, plug power. Cornish, I'll tell you, that daily chart was looking pretty hot on plug. Man, it's actually looking pretty good here. Wow, you know, the intraday move, though, is kind of nuts, Sean. I will say, the way it moved down here, you could be a pretty good dip buy if you can buy it on this little dip. I will say, though, the way it dipped down there was pretty strong. It started really pulling back. I do like the momentum here. It's just, it had a really good move there and market open. And, you know, I would say I don't expect it to really fly up like 10% or anything like that. But it has a lot of momentum today. And I would say if you can keep trying to catch it back up off this little dip here, like if we continue to see the stock, like if you follow my cursor really quick, if we maybe see it, you know, start to maybe fly up a little bit like this, you know, maybe go back up above like 1970, obviously there, that could make for a pretty good move. Just keep in mind, we're getting up to around $20 on plug. I think that's going to be a decent little resistance there, but hopefully we just break it. And Sean, I will say that daily chart setup is amazing. That gives me a lot of confidence with this one. It's just, look at this big move that happened on Monday. I kind of feel like that's kind of like what's going on here. You know, like we had that big move up now, and I feel like we might just start consolidating throughout the rest of the day, and we'll end up closing up, sure, you know, around like 2% or something, but I'm just not sure that I see plug, you know, straight up breaking out or anything like that. But hey, you know, definitely keep it on the radar, Sean, because it has had some momentum, and I would think that it could be pretty good for a little quick scalp if you could catch it with some good momentum there. But eyeing up my watch list today, unfortunately, we have good old Intel down 4% after that NVIDIA news last night. That is a little bit rough, guys. I always hate to see that. You know, I've been eyeing up shares of Intel for a while, but it looks like NVIDIA is actually rising up, which is interesting enough. Let's see. It says, there's actually an article out that says Intel bear case coming even earlier than expected, but this analyst remains neutral on the stock. Analyst Christopher Danley. That sounds like one of those damn scammers that we always get in the comments or whatever. You know, like, man, like these scammers are all over the place. They'll say, message Mr. Christopher Danley on WhatsApp, blah, 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 blah. You know, like, you guys, be careful of these scammers out there. You know, they're all over the place. And, you know, it's kind of funny, but this analyst is saying he still gives it a neutral rating on the stock. But, oh, man. They say they now expect Intel to negatively pre-announce or miss second quarter guidance given management's commentary at a Bank of America conference. So, yeah, that's not good. At a competitor conference, Intel appeared to talk down the quarter as company management mentioned that circumstances are worse than expected during the quarter. So, that is not good. But I will say, Intel did have that really good news yesterday with NVIDIA. You can see that NVIDIA is going to be using Intel's Sapphire Rapid CPU for powering one of I should say now their newest, most popular graphics card, which is going to be called like the DGX H100. I've really been hearing H100 a lot, so I guess that's the name of the card. But you can see NVIDIA is really popping up today. Intel is popping down, and yeah, it's bad news. I will say, guys, for anybody who's been following for a while and they've been hearing me talk about Intel, I am still holding my Intel shares. You know, I am into Intel here, but just keep in mind, it looks like Intel is starting to break below a big support here. Look at this green support that's been on my chart. We've been holding on Intel up above like $42 pretty much ever since it looks like February of 2018. Okay, so that's about 4 years we've been holding up here. It looks like Intel is now finally coming down below that support. We actually did recently fall below that over the past couple months. Luckily, we recovered back up pretty quickly. Although this time, I'm not sure Intel's going to recover. I like Intel's fundamentals, and I love that about them. And I was hoping it would be another good dip buy here on this green support. I've played this green support multiple times in the past. I played it right here, right after the pandemic, and then I played it again, you know, a little bit later that same year. But I will say right now, I think it's still going to be another good buying opportunity. It's just when's the right price. I think if you start averaging in maybe around 40 or like 37 or something like that, I think you're catching it at a really good price point. I might have gotten in a little bit early, but like I said, I've bought on this green line every single time it's touched it. So once it came down again, I did it again. But, I guess even if this one ends up losing, it's still 2 for 3 on the Intel trades there. But still, though, in the short term, guys, just be a little careful with it. It sounds like there is some negative headlines coming out a little bit, unfortunately, there. So that does suck. But, we've been eyeing up Intel's fundamentals for a while now. And I will say, I think that they can hold up. And I don't expect them to crash and burn or anything. Like I said, $35 would be like one of the low points I would eye up with Intel. If they got to 35, man, I might scoop up a lot of shares down there. So hopefully we can get down there and then maybe start to even out a little bit more. But he says, what do you think about Bank of America for the long term? I started a position around 52-week lows and have been buying on some pullbacks. I think that's a really good thing to do right now, E. Overall, I've been eyeing up these banks for a while too, and I think that on this dip, it's going to be a really good opportunity to buy some. Now, is this necessarily the low? Maybe not, but I will say this is a really good opportunity here. Even if you're buying Bank of America around $35, you're getting in at a really good support level, and compared to the high up there, it's definitely a really good discount. And I will say, though, I just recommend averaging in. Like you said, E, you started a position around 52-week lows, and you've been buying in on some of these pullbacks. So I think that's a good idea. Just keep averaging in, and I think that'll be a really good way to go. But I love this setup, E, and I think that what you're doing with these bank plays is going to be very, very smart. And if you start to acquire shares of these banks and you start to get, up over 100 shares, then you can start selling some covered calls and starting to make some nice weekly income as well. Or, E, if you want to keep taking more positions, you could sell a cash secured put to pick up 100 shares, and sometimes you can get paid to grab the stock lower. So like if you were looking at Bank of America today, for example, I can go to Bank of America's options chain. Let's just make it closer expiration just for fun here. We'll go to June 17th. If you wanted to buy Bank of America for $35 today, instead of buying them right now for $35.94, you could just sell a cash secured put for $35 right now. Let's say, for example, if Bank of America falls down and it goes under 35, well, then you're buying shares of Bank of America at $35, but you're also going to get paid $40 right now to do so. So, that will bring your average price down ever so slightly. Plus, you're getting it at a cheaper price than you would be today. So keep in mind, if the price goes down, you'll pick up shares at 35 and you'll get paid to do so. Now, the reason that can be bad is, you might have to pick up shares at 35 and Bank of America might have fallen down to 32 or something. That can happen. So that is the negative of it. But keep in mind, if you were going to buy the shares today anyways, doing that at 35 then is still cheaper than today. So, keep that in mind. No matter what, you're still trying to get that long-term position. But the main thing is with Bank of America, if you were going to implement this strategy, then if the stock went up, you would just get paid $40 and you wouldn't even have to do anything. So makes it really easy there. Cash secured puts are awesome, E, and I don't know if you are into those or not, but nonetheless, that would be a really good way to maybe kind of get into Bank of America there. But yeah, I will say that's a really good strategy you've been doing, and getting in on these pullbacks I think is a really, really good way to go. Jerry says Tesla is currently shooting up. Let's see. Yeah, it's up 3% there, Jerry. It's going. Yeah, nice eye there. It's breaking above the high of this week on Monday. We had highs around 735, and yeah, we are starting to pop above that. So good eye, Jerry. Always glad to see Tesla up. Any day Tesla's up, we usually see the market do fairly well. We can see the QQQ is also flying up today, along with the SPY. I'm really happy, guys, that the SPY is flying up here around 416. This is a really big resistance, and I talked about this a lot in last night's video. I thought this resistance would be pretty huge here, And if we can end up breaking above 416 and then 418, I would just love to see the SPY go back on a nice uptrend. And I think there's a good chance for that to happen. You know, I will say a lot of stocks are in the green today. I do have a few stocks red, but I also have a lot of stocks green here. And DraftKings is actually leading the way, guys. Let's go. DraftKings is up 8.8%. Wow. Guys, smash that like button for DraftKings. I mean, let's go. This is an amazing day here. I'm throwing on the money screen here. Let me know how you guys like this, man. I have I'm throwing up the Federal Reserve screen here today. We can see there's going to be some money now flying across the screen because, man, DraftKings is flying up 9.4%. Is there any news with this, guys, or is this just going up? Is this just going up with normal price action here with these other growth stocks? But wow, guys, that is amazing for DraftKings. And don't forget about Roku. Don't sleep on them with that possible Netflix deal either. Look at them flying up today, guys. If Roku breaks above 102, I think we could see some pretty good momentum come in to this stock here, guys. So definitely keep your eyes on this. I think this is going to be pretty huge here with Roku. This is pretty big, guys. This is big. Roku had amazing news today with Netflix. Wow. Don't sleep on this one. That is nuts. I'm posting this up in the Discord on really quick, guys. That is insane. Hopefully we can get up there and break 102. This has a lot of momentum. That is great. But yeah, this is an amazing morning, guys. Wow. So glad to see this. This is starting to really pop up there. And yeah, Mike actually called DraftKings out as his free day trade today, believe it or not. And DraftKings is exploding. He said they've been lingering around $13 for a while now. And he said that if DraftKings breaks above $13.10, he likes it for calls today. And I'll tell you what, that thing, it broke 13.10, Mike, with some authority there. Man, we're all the way up now to 14.22. Had a nice $1 move there. Almost a nice 10% pop. So really nice move there out of DraftKings, guys. And let's get some W's in the chat today. It's been a while since we've seen some nice growth plays moving up like this. Like, this is amazing, guys. Really glad to see this. E says, good ideas. Thanks for taking a look. No problem. Anytime, of course. They also say Roblox as well. So let's see. Yeah, Roblox is also breaking out. This is huge, up 7.7%, almost up as much as DraftKings today, guys. So, like I said, smash that like button for all these great moves. Wow, I mean, these stocks are having a morning. If you guys like momentum plays, I'm telling you, Roku and some of these stocks are looking pretty hot here. Like, if Roku starts to break 102, I mean, man, definitely eye that one up. They had that really good news this morning of a rumor of, like, a Netflix deal. They might get acquired by Netflix, apparently, so... You know, keep in mind, it's just a rumor for now, but that is a pretty big rumor nonetheless. Sean says, I'm averaged in on DraftKings at $12.50. Sean, that is a very low price point there. I wish I was that low on DraftKings. I mean, wow, that is extremely low there. Yeah, really good pickup, Sean. I mean, you definitely waited a long time on that one, and hey, really good job averaging in. I mean, that is a great thing you did. But yeah, it's starting to come back up now. It's up a nice 9.8, 9.7%. So yeah, I'll definitely take that with good old DraftKings today. Let's check on a slower mover real quick. Good old Kraft Heinz. Okay, I see you, Kraft Heinz. As long as you can hold up here, I'll take it. But yeah, DraftKings is definitely up a lot. Peter says DraftKings looking gassed out right now, Tom. Yeah, you know, it might be, Peter, but hey, I'll still take it. I will say, guys, if you guys are going to grab calls, it's definitely a little bit late, I would say, intraday. We could still keep going up, but, you know, to see DraftKings go up more than 10% today will be insane. But, yeah, Sean, that is a really good average price there. Nonetheless, though, this thing's had a lot of momentum. Like Peter said, it's gassed out a little bit. I personally think so, too, and I think it could also start to fall back down a little bit, at least intraday. But, hey... my hopes are there, and I hope it keeps going up today. If you guys were playing the calls early this morning from the Discord, I think I would definitely look at exiting some right now because, wow, I mean, that was just some really nice moves up. So I'll definitely take that there. Really nice there. But let's go check out my watch list really quick, guys, because I noticed Roku is now starting to pull back ever so slightly today. Yeah, it's having a little bit of consolidation here, a couple red candles here. Hopefully they can start to break back to the upside. Like they said, though, Roblox is still going up, like E said, so awesome to see them still flying. And I noticed Baba is also still flying up here. Baba started breaking above their high of this morning around 110 there, and guys, they just started popping back up to 111.94. So there we go. They're continuing up. Looks like AI is now up 5%. They also continue to break out up to $21. I hold AI too, so hey, I have AI and DraftKings. I'll definitely take that, but I'm also holding Intel. So today's very mixed for my portfolio, guys, I'll tell you, but I will say my portfolio is quite the mixture. You know, like there's quite a good mix of stocks on there, so keep that in mind. But nonetheless, still cool to see these ones going up. And yeah, any day DraftKings is green, guys, I will definitely take it. Hopefully we can move a couple more dollars over the next couple days. You know, if DraftKings could start to get back up to around $16 or so, I think that would make for some amazing movement. But I noticed these metaverse plays are also going, like Unity, Matterport. Well, Matterport actually doesn't look quite as well. But Roblox, of course, with those metaverse plays. SPCE was popping up a ton this morning. I will say, though, guys, it looks like almost all these growth plays now are starting to come back down ever so slightly. So keep that in mind. It looks like we might see some pullbacks here. But I will say this has been an amazing morning, guys. And yeah, this price action has been awesome. Like I said earlier, just don't forget to smash that like button. It really helps out. And with all the great movement, I mean, hey, who wouldn't like it today, right? I mean, man, unless you're holding Intel, then I don't know what you'd be too mad about today. I will say some of the airlines and cruise lines are a little bit underwhelming, like DAL. Boeing's okay. They're actually holding up. I noticed CCL though was down like 2%. They are trying to come back, but compared to yesterday's close, it is definitely down ever so slightly. But yeah, guys, this movement so far today has been hot. Let me know what stocks you guys are looking at, because man, there's so many up here in the green. I wonder how AMC and GME are doing. And AMC continued up again, guys. I mean, this is actually not a bad move here. A really good pop out of AMC, and looks like it's going to be consolidating a little bit up here around 1360 up there at the top. Looks like GameStop is also consolidating up here around $150. Maybe GameStop could have a nice breakout if it starts to break 150. I will say, guys, I don't know what it is with GameStop's daily setup right now, but I really like it. Like, I don't know what it is with this, but I have a pretty good feeling that they could end up breaking above 150 eventually here. And I'm not saying that they're going to explode up to 500 or nothing, but I could see a good move, maybe up to like 180 or 200. I think that could be realistic. And the way that they're moving up here, they're having these really nice, like, stair steps to the upside. Almost looks like a bit of like a bullish like flag almost. You know, you could almost say something like that, like a bullish flag pattern. Not bad to me. You know, I think it actually looks pretty good here on the setup. But just keep in mind, guys, it's a very risky play with GameStop, of course. And I'm not even going to play it because that's how much I just don't like to play their stock. You know, it's obviously way too volatile in my opinion, and there's just way too much involved with it. But nonetheless, Square is having another good day, just like all the other growth plays. But yeah, this has been a great morning, guys. I mean, these stocks are starting to really pop off, and I'll take it. I will say, unfortunately, though, the SPY is back down in the red. It did pull back a little bit more, and now we're red 0.2%. We did start flying up a little bit here at market open, but now we're dipping right back off to the downside. So that is a little bit of an issue there. Let's see. Sean says, thanks. Let's go. Yeah, let's go, Sean. That's a really good average price there. What is Redbox trying to do? I don't see any news. Yeah, let's see. RDBX. It might just be going up with these growth plays, Sean. Oh, you're right, actually. Yeah, you're right, Sean. Something is going on with Redbox, actually, now that you said that. There's definitely something. I don't know what news is up here, Sean, but there's got to be something happening, whether it's news or a short squeeze or what it is. Maybe it's a short squeeze, but I have no idea. Let's see. I'm gonna try to find the news from yesterday. Yeah, there was no news. Man, I'm not seeing anything, Sean. I don't know. I'm a little bit worried. Let's see if maybe it's on here. There's all these crazy stocks that flew up. Redbox. Let's see. There it is, Redbox. Nope, it did no news for it, so that sucks. But yeah, it's crazy that I can't find any news. But yeah, it's having a great day, Sean. Nonetheless, I mean, wow, that thing is up a ton, 26%. Obviously, most of the move though happened in pre-market there, but still, I mean, that is really flying up today. So good eye there to bring up Redbox. I mean, man, that thing's exploding. I remember somebody was talking about it in Discord yesterday. It might have been Peter actually. So Peter, if you're in here, maybe yeah, maybe. Yeah, let's see. He explained it in SM chat. I'm gonna go look in there really quick. Cause yeah, I'm not seeing any news as of right now, but I just saw it. Let's see. Oh no. Redbox, what in the world? It's set to be bought out for like 49 cents or something. It's trading for over 10. Wow. Yeah, that is pretty crazy. Yeah, I'm gonna have to read up on that too. I don't see anything regarding that on the Thinkorswim news tab anyways, but wow, that is insane to see them flying up that much. I will say I did see them I did see them being talked about a lot yesterday, so that's why I kind of wanted to talk about it more here, because I know some people were really talking about it in the Discord yesterday, but let's see, here we go. Uh-oh. Avoid Redbox as the acquisition puts it out of its misery. That does not sound good there. Let's see. It's from May 11, 2022, so earlier last month. Being acquired by Chicken Soup for the sole entertainment is the best outcome for Redbox as it's beleaguered shareholders. But yeah, wow guys, that is pretty crazy. It says they've been treated as a meme stock since last year anyways, but let's see. Let's see here. Here we go. Redbox went public via a reverse merger with a special purpose acquisition company, a SPAC, last fall before the stock market peaked and began its decline. The shares initially vaulted as high as $27.22 as retail traders treated the company as a meme stock. Since then, Redbox has come crashing back to earth, falling down 88% now, below the $5 penny stock threshold. But let's see. So they're pretty much saying it jumped, had a bit of a surge there. Here we go. So what it says, while they appear to be doomed, they're getting rescued by Chicken Soup for the Sole Entertainment, CSSE, which has just announced that it will be acquired by Redbox in an all-stock deal that values the video rental company at $375 million. The deal will see Chicken Soup assume Redbox's debt. Okay. Very interesting, though, guys. This is very interesting of a thing happening here. The transaction, which is expected to close in this year's second half, has been approved by the boards of directors of each company's. Redbox shareholders will receive 0.087 of a Class A common stock of CSSE for each Redbox share they own. So, wow, that is pretty insane, guys. And yeah, like they said, like this says here, there's no point in buying Redbox, but you know, there might be a point in trading it, I will say. You know, like if you could trade this thing, it might actually be pretty good. Thanks for pointing that out, though, Sean, because I had to definitely see what was going on there. But yeah, that is very interesting to see how Redbox is flying up today. But that is a very interesting situation, guys. And yeah, it doesn't sound good for Redbox, but hey, the stock is flying up. It sounds like traders are kind of hyping this one up. I don't know what's going on, if it's like short squeezing or what, but nonetheless, that's crazy. Mike Chang says, do you see another short squeeze for AMC? Personally, I do not, Mike. I am not the short squeeze expert though by any means, and I don't claim to be, so I don't even really care too much about the short squeeze or pay too much attention to AMC or GME other than, seeing all the big movement and everything like that. I will say if you're treating it as momentum, if you're doing something intraday, I think you can do great with it, Mike. And if you find some good momentum on one of these stocks like AMC or GameStop, I think it's great. But I think if you're buying AMC or GameStop and you're trying to hold it for the long term, then I think it's a bit of a mistake. But that's just my opinion. I know a lot of people out there love AMC and GameStop and they think it's going to go up a ton. And I hope it does for you, but I just think it's unlikely and I'm not putting my money in there. So that's my opinion on that, Mike. He also says Baba's up to 112. I still didn't pick up any shares. I guess I might have to let this one go. It's actually not bad, Mike. Even if you're grabbing shares of Baba at 112, it's not bad. Now, in the short term, it could be bad. Baba could come down a little bit more. But I think for the longer term, you're still getting in at a great price point. Like, I know from the low of Baba up to now, it's up like 40%. But Baba has a long way to go back up to normality. I think Baba could pretty easily go up to 150, if not even like 175 or 200. And, that might take like a little while, but I think it could definitely get there within like at least up to like 150. I would think like within like a year. I would at least like to think that, especially with the way that these stocks have moved in the past. If we do start recovering truly, then I think that 150 is definitely a good way to go. The thing is, Mike Chang, if you start buying Baba right now at like 112 and then Baba falls back down to like 85 or 90, you could just keep averaging in and then your average price will be like right around 100 or right around like 95 or something. So that wouldn't be too bad to just average in. Might not be bad there. Keisha says Boeing looks like it wants to break the 141 resistance. Let's see. Yeah, it's trying. It's actually really, really close. Yeah, oh man, it did for a second, Keisha. It's up to 142.21. Do you mean back to the downside, maybe? Maybe you meant back to the downside. Yeah, it looks like it definitely starting to fall back under there. I hope Boeing can go back up today, though, Keisha. It looks pretty hot here. Let me know which way you're looking for it to go, Keisha, because it seems like it's had some mixed movement this morning. I could see traders trying to play it both ways, but I think that it looks pretty good still to the upside, in my opinion. As long as it keeps holding up above like 140 or something, I think she'll look pretty solid. Excuse me, guys. Had to grab a quick drink there, but yeah, lots of stocks are still moving. I know Tesla's up like 4.15% here. They've been looking pretty hot this morning, although they are starting to pull back now over the past couple minutes. We were talking a lot about DraftKings earlier, and we kept saying that we thought it was kind of starting to slow down a little bit, and it looks like it kept going a little bit up to like 1443, and now it started to pull back ever so slightly. But guys, I will take this uptrend any day out of DraftKings and Roku and Roblox and Baba even. Like, man, it's been a great day. I will say Baba's stock is at a bad number here, like 6.66%. That's never a good number to see. I keep seeing that one come up here, but yeah, it's holding its ground. It is starting to pull back down a little bit more too, which is unfortunate, but yeah, it's having some good movement. Lucid is they had a nice double top up here around $20, and they pulled back to like 1980. So that is extremely interesting there with Lucid. Actually, they are popping off in a big way today, and they started running up above that 1940 resistance. Looks like that $20 resistance, though, is still holding up. Earlier this week on Monday, we hit almost $20 on Lucid, and looks like again today, that ended up holding up. So definitely a big level to look at. Let's see that on the 180-day, 1-hour chart. Oh gosh, guys, $20 has been huge on Lucid over the past couple months. No wonder it's been bouncing off of this level with such confidence. But yeah, it's really coming down off of 20, and I'd love to see Lucid go back up above there, and I think that it does have a possibility to at some point this week. It's just, when will that happen? Hopefully it happens today. I'd love for these growth stocks to maybe slow down for a little bit. Maybe slow down, maybe go into like a, bit of like have some consolidation maybe for like the next couple hours, and then maybe towards the end of the day start to rip back up. I think that would make for a great day and some really good movement there. Peter says crude oil inventories are coming out in 5 minutes, so that'll be interesting to watch. I know that that can sometimes have a pretty big effect on crude oil, Peter, and I would assume that the United States is trying to flood the market. So I would assume that, you know, our inventories are less, because I would think that we're trying to, you know, put as much oil onto the market to bring the price down right now. So I don't know how it's going to come in, but I would guess that we try to make oil move lower. So we'll have to see what happens. It looks like oil did have a bit of a double top up there around 121. So that's going to be pretty big there. Yeah, in 15 minutes there. But yeah, it's that's pretty crazy there. Let's see on this 180-day 1 hour chart how crude oil has been doing, because I know they had that big run up to around 130 with all that crazy Russian news there. And now, you know, Russia's still, like, there's still been some crazy news going on over there in Ukraine. It's just, I think the media has kind of forgotten about it as of right now. You know, I don't know, like, maybe they'll start bringing it up a little bit more here over the next couple months if something crazy starts to happen again. But nonetheless, I mean, guys, this is a big move out of crude, and it looks like over the past couple months we've been trying to go back up to retest maybe 130 or 125. So I don't know. It's definitely coming down today, and crude oil had a bit of, like I said, a double top around like 121. But, you know, it's just not having a good look here, and I just don't like the way that crude oil is setting up or moving at all. It's just, yeah, that's a very rough move there today. So, yeah, it's crazy. Hopefully, Peter, it starts to come back down. I'd love to see crude come down and gasoline come back down. Of course, the price of gas has been crazy, guys. I mean, as we all know, you know, the price of gas has been absolutely insane over the past few months, and it's just been brutal. So, you know, hopefully oil starts coming back down for us, but, you know, it's going to take a lot of, I would say, a big joint effort to bring oil down. You know, I don't even think the U.S. alone could do it. We're going to need OPEC to help, and possibly like the Russia situation getting a little bit better and other things like that. So pretty crazy, but yeah, I know oil is one of those crazy sectors that even other countries have some really, really big influences over. But yeah, nonetheless, that's a very interesting move there with crudes this morning. I wonder how like Oxy and Zom and them are doing, and yeah, they're giving back all of those gains of yesterday. I will say Oxy, it was really flying up there on the daily chart for a while, and now we're having a ton of consolidation up here at the top. Just tons of flat movement up here, like just under $70. You can see on the 5-day, 5-minute chart, it's pretty much just been, yeah, pretty much straight up 5 days of this stock staying right between $68.50 and $71. So I don't know about you guys, but it might be a pretty good little buy down here at $68.50. No, I'm just joking. It's a crude oil inventory day, so don't just start buying puts, or don't just start buying calls hoping that we bounce back up, because there could be something that happens today where oil stocks fall back down. I will say I would not be surprised if they did, given how much they've been going up lately. Like Oxy has been exploding, guys. Like, talk about exploding. I mean, like, just straight upwards movement, and Buffett was buying in what seemed like at the time is the top, and then Oxy kept going like another, you know, 35-40% there. So it was insane. But man, Buffett must be jumping up and down with glee, or maybe he even started selling out of some of his position. I noticed CVX is also still on a great uptrend. It's also still flying up here on its ascend to the upside, so that's good to see. And yeah, it even made a new high this morning. So pretty nuts with these oil stocks. I cannot believe that they are up that much. Man, I wonder how some of these other futures are doing, like maybe like corn, for example, /ZC. Wow, it actually was popping up quite well over the past couple days. Yeah, there we go. Corn was really doing well on that daily chart. Towards the end of April, it started falling back down a little bit. /ZS. Wow, soybeans, guys, are actually starting to fly back up a little bit. So that's insane to see. Let's see /HG, which is copper. yeah, copper is just slowly or just still sitting down here around the lows. Let's see here on copper, guys. I gotta check something out real quick. Because I was trading copper a lot back in the day, guys. Like a lot on copper futures and stuff. It was kind of insane, actually. It was almost like all I traded in the beginning. Wow, actually, I have a line on my chart here around $3 on copper. I wonder if that's been there like forever, but nonetheless, it's been a crazy trend with copper, guys. Like, look at what happened during like the pandemic. I mean, copper just got destroyed. It got crushed all the way down to $2 a share and then flew all the way up after the pandemic, all the way up to 488 with all this inflation. And yeah, now it's still sitting up here. I will say it wasn't flying up during that time with the inflation. Most of the high inflation started happening, you know, towards the before the beginning of this year. But nonetheless, though, that was a pretty crazy uptrend there after that initial drop with COVID. So pretty crazy to go back and look at some of these things that happened with COVID. But going back to the SPY today, guys, looks like we got another rejection today, really close to 416, and it sent SPY back to the downside intraday. Now it looks like SPY is trying to pop back up now. We're back up to 414.67. Not looking too bad, actually. Not looking too bad. It looks like we could have a bit of recovery happen intraday, and I think it's going to depend on what these big tech stocks do. You know, like if Tesla keeps holding up, and Apple holds up, and Microsoft hold up, then I think that the market will have a pretty good chance to maybe stay green today. But as far as like day trades go on the SPY, I'm going to really look for a possible recovery up and then break of 416. You know, like if you think right now that a lot of tech stocks and stuff are still going to go green right now, then maybe buying SPY here before the break might be a good way to go. Now, if you're somebody who is just a straight up momentum player, then maybe waiting for the break to happen and getting in on higher momentum would be a better way to go. But I know everybody has different trading strategies out there. Just depends on which way you'd like to play it. I will say, though, this dip buy today wouldn't have been too bad if you would have maybe eyed it up around the low there on 413.50 or something. It would have been right around that SMA, and you know, 413 to 413.50 is held up as a pretty big support slash resistance even yesterday intraday. So you know, we could have maybe expected a bit of a bounce there. If you guys were like looking for some intraday trades or something, that could have been a good way to go. But yeah, as of right now, the main thing I'm looking at is waiting for that break of 416 to the upside. If we keep moving down, then, you know, then we keep moving down. I'll look to play puts on something else probably, but as long as these tech stocks keep holding up, I'll be watching for SPY to just continue its nice ascent up here today. I'm hoping to see some nice movement out of SPY. I mean, you know, it's been a great day for growth plays and stuff like that. I'm noticing DraftKings is back on the uptrend, guys. We're almost back up towards that high of day. We're only about 10 cents off of that right now, and I think that there's a really good chance that DraftKings could continue up here. I mean, guys, this is insane. You know, it's up to 14.30 here. We have highs of 14.43, and yeah, I'd love to see it continue up today. I don't think that there's a good chance that it'll keep really running up too much higher. You know, it's not every day DraftKings is up 10%, and let alone any higher. Like, I wouldn't really expect them to go up to 15% or 20%, so keep that in mind there. But yeah, I hope it does. I mean, if it does, then great. If not, then, you know, it just kind of went with my expectation. But overall, that long-term play is working out great. Sean, your position down there at 12.50 is awesome. I mean, talk about a great play. I mean, getting in at 12.50 on a stock like DraftKings is just great, guys. But yeah, let me know any last-minute stocks you guys want to see. There's still some stocks moving today. I noticed Zoom is right around that high of yesterday now, around 115. I hope Zoom can start to get a nice pop back up here. You know, it's kind of consolidating right there, right around that support. If we could start to maybe get a nice pop back up, I would definitely love it. I will say I'm not too confident in it right now. I don't like the way that Zoom had a nice triple top up here at the top. It's definitely not a good look to me. But nonetheless, it's still a good triple top. It could be a good play to the downside if you guys are looking for something like that. Personally, I'm waiting for a nice support bounce maybe if that happens, but we'll have to see how that intraday movement ends up going. Let's see, Target. I know Target's coming back up intraday too. They have a big resistance around 150, it looks like, intraday. If they could break back up above 150, who knows? Maybe they'll run back up to that pre-earnings closing price there around like 160 back on Monday night. I think that could make for a decent move there, but pretty hard to trade Target. You know, they've been tough. The retail sector's been terrible the past couple weeks, so I'm not too bullish on them by any means at all. It's cool to see Nvidia up though. That is nice. Let's see AMD. Yeah, even AMD is holding its ground. Man, I will say I am a little bit sad and salty about Intel. I wish that they were up, but it's all right. You know, I probably knew I should have bought Nvidia anyways, but hey, Intel's going to be a nice, safe play, and I'll be honest, I've been in it for a while now. They've already paid me a dividend a couple of times. I know the dividend's nothing crazy, but it's all right. So at least I've gotten a couple dividends there, and I think I'm going to start shorting some good cash secured, or not cash secured. I always call them cash secured, covered calls here on the way to the downside. Looks pretty good. Hunter, I know you had those covered calls there at $45. Looks like that worked out just spot on perfect for you. Intel ran right up to that $45 resistance and hit that and came right back down. So guys, Hunter had a really great play in the Discord. If you guys are in the premium channel, he had some covered calls that he called out for Intel, and yeah, it ended up playing out very, very well. I believe they still expire on June 16th, but nonetheless, it looks like, you know, at least the way Intel's moving now, it don't look like they're going to be closing above 45. So Hunter, that one looks like it's playing out very well for you as of right now. But yeah, I appreciate you guys all joining up today, of course. Peter E, glad to see you in here. Mike Chang, Keisha, Sean Cornish, Jerry, nice to see you in here too. Are you and Mike related at all by any chance? That's pretty insane. You guys got the same name there. George, like I said, Peter, Sean Cornish, of course. Can't forget about you and your low average cost on DraftKings down there. Carlos, thanks for joining up. Vicky, ED. So yeah, thank you guys so much for joining up today. It's been a really hot trading day to say the least. You know, DraftKings has been flying, Roku's been flying. We've been seeing some stocks really start to move up today. Guys, Roku broke out and kept running up. I mean, guys, can you get anything better than something going on with Netflix? I mean, that is insane, guys. Like, that thing really started popping up there. I mean, it started to really move up. So yeah, great move on Roku there, and hopefully you guys took advantage of that one. I will say that was a pretty good play there. Once I posted that in the Discord and started talking about it here, all you had to do was just wait for it to break above that high of pre-market right around 102, and it would have made for a really, really good day trade. So yeah, it could have been a really good one there. But nonetheless there, guys, Roku still looks pretty hot today. I would say if you guys are looking for momentum, this stock is the one with the hype today. You know, they have that Netflix, I guess you could say Netflix acquisition rumor. So it's going to be crazy for them. But yeah, thank you guys so much for joining up today. Have a good one. And anytime DraftKings is up 10%, hey, I'll take it. So hopefully you guys can catch some nice day trades today. It seems like some pretty good setups are happening. So yeah, like I said, catch those profits today. Have a good one.